الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن مولانا محمدا عبد الله ورسول الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. بعد، يقول الحق تبارك وتعالى كما في سورة النساء: ومن يهاجر في سبيل الله يجد في الأرض مراغما كثيرا وسعة ومن يخرج من بيته مهاجرا إلى الله ورسوله ثم يدركه الموت فقد وقع أجره على الله وكان الله غفورا رحيما. صدق الله العظيم. ويقول الحق تبارك وتعالى كما في سورة إبراهيم: يثبت الله الذين آمنوا بالقول الثابت في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ويضل الله الظالمين ويفعل ما يشاء. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala in Surah An-Nisa ayah 100 says: وَمَنْ يُهَاجِرْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ يَجِدْ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُرَاغَمًا كَثِيرًا وَسَعَةً وَمَنْ يَخْرُجْ مِنْ بَيْتِهِ مُهَاجِرًا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ ثُمَّ يُدْرِكُهُ الْمَوْتُ فقد وقع أجره على الله وكان الله غفورا رحيما. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, whoever emigrates in the cause of Allah will find many safe heavens and bountiful resources throughout the earth. Those who leave their homes and die while emigrating to Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, their reward has already been secured with Allah, and Allah is all forgiving, most to most. This is ayah 100 in Surah An-Nisa. And in Surah Ibrahim, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says: يثبت الله الذين آمنوا بالقول الثابت في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ويضل الله الظالمين ويفعل الله ما يشاء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps firm those who believe with the firm word بالقول الثابت in worldly life, in حياة الدنيا, and in the hereafter وفي الآخرة. وَيُضِلُّ اللَّهُ الظَّالِمِينَ وَيَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. And Allah sends astray the wrongdoers, and Allah does whatever He subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. In our last khutbah كنا نتذاكر هجرة خير الخلق وحبيب الحق سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق الخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق وصلى الله عليه وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم صلاة يعرفنا بها إياه ويجمعنا بها بمولانا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في أعلى عليين بلا سابق عقاب ولا حساب ولا مشقة آمين. We were and we are still remembering the hijrah, the migration or immigration of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Why? Because it is the month of Muharram, the first month of the year. Can you leave the door? Can you let it open, please? Barakallah. It is the first month of the year and one of the 4 sacred months of the year, Shahrullah, the month of Allah, Muharram. And the scholars say, وَعِنْدَ ذِكْرِ الصَّالِحِينَ تَتَنَزَّلُ الرَّحْمَةُ. When good people are mentioned, Allah's mercy descends. يقول الإمام الشافعي رحمه الله عليه أحب الصالحين ولست منهم لعلي أن أنال بهم الشفاعة لعلي أنال بهم الشفاعة. If this is the case, what do you think when the most righteous of all the righteous is mentioned? And that is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وأجمل منك لم تر قط عيني وأكمل منك لم تلد النساء. Hassan ibn Thabit, praising him, says, more beautiful than you, my eyes have never seen, and more perfect and complete than you, a woman has never given birth to. You have been created by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala free of any type of defection, free of any type of aib, defect. كأنك قد خلقت كما تشاء. It is as though Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala invited you and asked you how you wanted Him to create you, and He created you as such. Alayhi salatu wasalam. So when we mention Him, hear the mercy of Allah descend. We have just finished the fast of Ashura, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam told us that Allah Ta'ala will forgive the sins of the last year for those of us who fasted the 10th of Muharram. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala accept from all of us. In Surah Ibrahim, the surah I just mentioned earlier, in that surah Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, if you were to, in Surah Al-Nahl actually, and to both surahs, if you were to count the blessings of Allah, you would not be able to. There are so many blessings of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. One of our scholars said, whatever has many causes occur many times, or whatever has a lot of causes occurs a a lot of times. He said, Asbabul Mauti Kathira. That's why there is a lot of maut. The means of death are many, are a lot. That's why there are many times we hear so and so died, so and so died, so and so died. There is no time except that one dies. There is no hour or a minute that passes without a person dying. And he said, you will hear so and so died, so and so passed, so and so passed. The day you don't hear that, know that it's you who passed. لا تزال تسمع فلان مات حتى تموت. فمن لم يمت بالسيف مات بغيره تعددت الأسباب والموت واحد. And then he said أسباب الرزق كثيرة ولذلك كثر الرزق. The means for one to acquire provision are many. That's why you have a lot of arzaq. One is rich through this, one is rich through that. Why? Because the asbab are many, are a lot. And then he said, وَكَذَلِكَ أَسْبَابُ الْمَغْفِرَةِ. Many other times you hear Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala saying in different ayat, whoever does so and so, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will forgive. Many other times you hear in the ahadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, whoever does so and so, Allah Ta'ala will bless him with his forgiveness. That's why we have hope that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala forgives and has mercy on all of us. Why? Because his rahmah overcomes everything. And his rahmah is bigger than anything. He himself subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَسِعَتْ رَحْمَتِي كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. But he says, but I give that lasting rahmah, I will guarantee that lasting rahmah, those who seek for it. فَسَأَكْتُبُهَا لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ. وَسَأَكْتُبُهَا لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِآيَاتِنَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. الذين يتبعون الرسول النبي الأمي الذي يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة والإنجيل يأمرهم بالمعروف وينهاهم عن المنكر ويحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث ويضع عنهم إصرهم والأغلال التي كانت عليهم الذين آمنوا به وعزروه ونصروه واتبعوا النور الذي أنزل معه أولئك هم المفلحون جعلني الله وإياكم من المفلحين. So we've just passed it this beautiful day or these days, hoping Allah Ta'ala accept us and grant us His mercy. May Allah grant all of you and all of us His mercy. Amen. And when we talk about the hijrah, we're talking about running away with one's deen, saving one's relationship with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. That's why no one has an excuse. No one can say, I was weak, I can't do nothing. I couldn't do anything. Allah will say to those, Alam takun ardullahi wasi'atan fatuhajiru biha. So hijrah is about running away without saving our deen, especially when time has come back to where it was before. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, بدأ الإسلام غريبا وسيعود كما بدأ فطوبى للغرب. This deen, this Islam has started gharib, very strange to people. You know, when a person accepted Islam, people of Quraysh, they would call them that Sabah, meaning he, you know, got off the path. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. When a person is trying to do his best to follow the deen of Allah Ta'ala, then that is the bad person. It is very sad when you watch in the last few days, a plane that was taking off and people in Afghanistan were trying to catch the train. Why? Because they said the so-called Islamists have come back and they will apply Sharia law. And Sharia law is to them something bad. Which is not true at all. Yes, the understanding of some people of Sharia is not right. Some people have gone, beyond the limits. Like, Taliban, when they first took the power, they prevented girls from going to school at the age of 10 and beyond. Television, cinema, and music was haram. And that is not the case, but they need to be organized. They overcovered women, but how about here in the West, we over naked women? We make women naked, and we say we protect them. And that Taliban that was a terrorist group became now a group with which America can discuss with, and talk, and negotiate. And when we talk about Taliban, we are so, I don't know the right word to say, to use. I don't think brainwashing is respectable, but we are so programmed that it's what the media says about people is what we believe. Afghanistan is a country that has resisted occupation throughout history. They have resisted Alexander the Great. They have resisted the Mongols. They have resisted England. And they have resisted Soviet Union. And when they were resisting Soviet Union, it was US and all the Arab countries and Muslims who backed them. Till Soviet Union, after 10 years of war, left in 1989. And the country has fallen into civil war for 7 good years. And throughout these years, there arose what we know today as Taliban. Because these were students. In Afghanistan, some in Kandahar, and they were with Mullah Sami al-Haq. And then later on, they elected Mullah Muhammad Umar as their leader. And they tried to bring the country back together and stop the civil war. And they declared an Imara al-Islamiyya. But they, interpreted some of the ayah and some of the ahadith in a way that is not supposed to be. I hope they have learned. But that does not make them worse than people who don't have anything to do with Islam. If someone does not get it right, we just tell them you don't get it right and try to work with them. And you see why you understand why this president ran away, because the president that was there and he was with the Soviet Union, when they got to the palace, Muhammad Najibullah, they punished him, they killed him. Because to them, he was against his own country. And they were there until, things got worse when, what we know today as Al-Qaeda entered Afghanistan after being kicked out from Sudan in 1996 when they declared war at the United Nations of America and its allies. And what happened is, after 9/11, right away, Bush said, oh, it's these bad guys. And we're going to erase them. Qaeda and the Taliban. After 20 years, I don't know where Bush is, but he didn't succeed. Taliban is still there. The fact that they had Al-Qaeda and Bin Laden, and I don't understand all those political things behind, but these are the people who are backed by the US and became the enemies of the US. And whatever the media says, that's what we take. Even we as Muslims, we see somebody with a nice beard, we're scared. And now a big beard is fashion. Nobody's scared now. SubhanAllah. So for 20 good years, Taliban has never lost the ground. In 2009, they said that 3,000 soldiers were killed. And that's equal to the number that was killed in 9/11. By who? I don't know. But anyway, they're now coming back. And the whole world is shaking as if these are bad people. They're not perfect, but I don't think they are as bad as. So we as Muslims, we have to always try to live according to our deen, but we have to understand our deen. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man yuridillahu bihi khayran yufaqihuhu fid-din." We don't just go collect a hadith here and an ayah there and say, we apply the deen. We have to learn from someone who learned from someone who learned. This deen is a deen of sanad. لولا السند لقال من شاء بما شاء. According to Abdullah ibn Mubarak, some say Ahmad ibn Hanbal. لولا الدين لولا السند. It was not for a chain of narration. Whoever wills can say whatever they will. So the Prophet ﷺ and his Sahaba, they chose Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to whatever they had in Mecca. They chose Akhirah to Dunya. إِذَارُ الْآخِرَةَ عَلَى الدُّنْيَا وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. But many of us, Allah says, we choose this dunya to akhirah. بَلْ تُؤْثِرُونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا عَلَى الْآخِرَةِ وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. إن هذا الذي الصحف صحف إبراهيم. And I mentioned this that Imam Al-Qaradawi Hafidhahullah Ta'ala said that as long as you cannot guarantee yourself, you cannot save your deen, the deen of your kids and the deen of your grandkids, he said you cannot stay in a country that is not an Islamic country. I don't know maybe let's say in the West, because everywhere that you have a Muslim who can safely practice their deen is an Islamic country. And that's the reality. So whatever we have here, whatever our kids have here, whatever we have as success, if we don't have our deen with it, it's nothing. ما يستفيق غراما بها وغرق الصبابة ولو درى لكفاه مما يروم الصبابة. إذا الإيمان ضاع فلا أمان ولا دنيا لمن لا يحيا دينا. And when we want to protect our deen, we don't just look at the situation that is around us. We say it's difficult, we cannot do it. No, it's not on us. All we need to do is to take the asbab, as the Prophet ﷺ did. All Makkah met at Darun Nadwa, and the reason they met was how to get rid of this young man. Darun Nadwa, which was built by the great-grandfather of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammadun, as Sayyid Hajj Malik said, Muhammadun Nur Abdillah Shaybata Hashim وعبد مناف مع قصيهم إلى بمرة كعب ولوي وغالب وفهر ومالك نضر الكرم إنانة وخزيمة ومدركة إلياس مع مضر الحمراء سيرهم عدد نزارا مع عدد من يجاوز عدنانا فتكذيبه قد جاء من العالم. So they made a plan. What should we do? وإذ يمكر بك الذين كفروا ليثبتوك. No, that's not a good plan. أو يقتلوك أو يخرجوك. Then they all agreed to kill him. ويمكرون ويمكر الله والله غير ويمكرون اغترارا ذاك جأتهم ويمكر الله إدماما لكلهم. So the Prophet ﷺ took the asbab. He made sure that someone stayed home so that they would think he is there. And that was Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, who sacrificed his life. If there was anything to harm, let it harm him, he said. That's what he did. He preferred and he chose the life of Rasulullah to his life. Because if he died, he's a very good man, but he's not a messenger. But if the Prophet ﷺ died and the message has not been fulfilled yet or conveyed yet, then we're all doomed. So he sacrificed his own life for Rasul. And he chose to sleep on the Prophet ﷺ's bed. The Prophet ﷺ, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, told him how to go out and what to do when he goes out. When he came out, he recited the first ayat of Surah Yasin. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala caused the people who were surrounding his house to sleep. Because Makkah, they chose the strongest youth of Makkah to circulate, to be around the Rasul's house. So whenever he goes out, they kill him. The Prophet ﷺ made a plan with Sayyidina Abu Bakr. And they made a plan with Abdullah ibn Urayqit and Amir ibn Fuhayrat and Sayyidatuna Asma. Abdullah ibn Urayqit is the one who was supposed to show them the alternative path, way to Al-Madinah. So don't just say, I'm going to do this no matter what. No. Act smart. Take the asbab. And let Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala decide. Do not give up your religion. Do not give up Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala's command, but make a good plan. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala led him to the Ghar. And the Prophet ﷺ and Sayyidina Abu Bakr, they stayed there for 3 days. So that these people would finish the search. But these people, they did everything to know that it should be in this cave. But when they came, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala used means that to our eyes are very insignificant. Al-Ankabut wal-Hammam. ظن الحمام الإمام المسلم said ظن الحمام وظن العنكبوت على خير البرية لم تنسج ولم تحم عناية الله أغنت عن مضاعفة من الضروع وعن عال من الأخوة صلى الله على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr was saying to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if they were to look at their very feet, they would have seen us. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling him, we're doing everything we have to do, but know that the protection comes from Allah and they will not see us. Don't grieve, don't be sad. And that message is for all of us. As long as you're trying your best to please Allah, don't grieve and don't be sad. For Allah is with you. What do you think about 2 people whose third is Allah? Allah says, if you don't help Rasulullah, Allah has helped him already. إذ أخرجه الذين كفروا ثاني اثنين إذ هما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا فأنزل الله سكينته عليه وأيده بجنود لم تروها وجعل كلمة الذين كفروا السفلى وكلمة الله هي العليا والله عزيز. So this ضمائر that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala used for Sayyidina Abu Bakr, no one but Abu Bakr asked. إذ يقول لصاحبه, the only one whose companionship is mentioned in the Quran and confirmed by Allah is Sayyidina Abu Bakr. And Allah, throughout Rasulullah, comforting Sayyidina Abu Bakr, لا تحزن إن الله معك. Because Abu Bakr loved the Rasul more than he loved himself, and he proved it. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't rest. He was surrounding the Prophet while they were walking. What are you doing? I fear that they can come from this or from this or from that. If they kill me, it's okay. But if they kill you, we don't. And you all know what happened in the Ghar, when something back. Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala. Some scholars say that he didn't want to wake the Prophet ﷺ, but his tears woke the Prophet ﷺ. But one of our scholars say no, Abu Bakr wouldn't shed tears for that. It is his arq, his sweat. Because when a snake or something like that bites you, the sum creates that pressure which make the arq come out. So look at the adab of our scholars and their good analysis. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala saved him from them and made the way easy to Al-Madinah. And what did he do when he arrived at Medina, and how he lived there, and what are the lessons we can learn from there? We, inshallah ta'ala, will talk about them in our upcoming khutbah. We cannot talk about all of them because a minute of Rasulullah can fill the talk of lifetime, because he's Rasulullah. One of our scholars says, مقامات خير الخلق عن غير ربه مغيبة فلتقرأ سورة النجم. شيخ الخديم رحمة الله عليه ورضي عنه. مقامات خير الخلق, the stations of Rasulullah, who is the best of the creation, عن غير ربه مغيبة, is hidden. The station of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ is hidden. No one can know him. But Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, who created. فَإِنَّ فَضْلَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ لَيْسَ لَهُ حَدٌّ فَيُعْرِبَ عَنْهُ نَاطِقٌ بِفَمِّهِ. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala grant us shafa'a, and grant us his obeying and following his sunnah, and grant us his companionship in dunya and in akhirah. بِبَرَكَتِهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala khayril bariyyati rasulillah. Sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. I just want to finish reminding all of us about the masjid and the bills of the masjid. And the AC, as you can see, needs to be fixed. So we're inviting all of you to do whatever we can, inshallah, to support. May Allah support all of you, I think. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا دينا إلا قضيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا عدوا إلا كفيته، ولا عيبا إلا سترته، ولا ميتا إلا رحمته، ولا فاسدا إلا أصلحته، ولا حاجة من حوائجنا ولا آخرة إلا قضيتها ويسرتها لنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم، ونعوذ بك من الشر كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. اللهم اغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما أنت أعلم به منا. اللهم يسر لنا أمورنا مع الراحة لقلوبنا وأبداننا والسلامة والعافية في ديننا ودنيانا. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك وأهله. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين وأعلي كلمة الحق والدين. اللهم انصر من نصر الدين واجعلنا ممن نصر الدين، واخذل من خذل المسلمين ولا تجعلنا ممن خذل المسلمين. آمين يا رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا. قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا. قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا. الله. الله لمن حمده. الله. الله. الله أكبر. الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات سيجعل لهم الرحمن ودا فإنما يسرناه بلسانك لتبشر به المتقين وتنذر به قوما لدا. وكما أهلكنا قبلهم من قرن هل تحس منهم من أحد أو تسمع لهم ركزا. الله. Allah. Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allah.
وإن شاء الله تعالى